up, Facebook is up, so hello and welcome. For the people that know me, my name is Chris. A little website called christopherhole.com and an education and training company or online company website called christopherhole.com. What I do want to do is a quick video. I don't want to spend too long talking about it, but I just want to talk about, as the title suggests, healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, and diet books. I've got a number of diet books here I'm going to show you in a second, but it's more about my 6-week health coaching program, which is, or two of the workshops are about healthy eating and diets, and because there's a lot of information out there and a lot of things contradicting each other and things like that. But with regards to the books, or the 7 books that I've got here, it's trying to find the common threads between them all. That's what those 2 sessions are about. Trying to find out what healthy eating is and trying to find out what are these diet books saying that makes sense. Because book number 1 is Nutritional Programming by Phil Lerney. Book 2 is The China Study, which is the most comprehensive study of nutrition ever concluded. You've got The Primal Blueprint by Mark Sisson. You've got Weight Loss, Vibrant Health, Boundless Energy. You've got The Clever Gut Diet, How to Revolutionize Your Body from Inside Out, Cut Sugar Cravings, Boost Your Immune System, Lose Weight Naturally. You've got The pH Miracle Revised and Updated, Balance Your Diet and Reclaim Your Health. I don't quite know how to pronounce this one, but the PIOP Diet, 21-day lifestyle plan, lose weight, feel great, drastically reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And then you've got Food Politics, which is more about sort of nutritional guidelines and health from a government's perspective. Also in there are other nutritional guidelines, so nutritional guidelines from the USA, Holland, Nordic countries, Australia, and I think I've included Japan in there as well. So those 2 sessions are all about what is consistent with regards to the information that's out there, because I do believe that healthy eating is simple. There's not, I mean, yes, with regards to these books, there are a lot of subtleties and differences, but if you look at them, they're talking about losing weight, they're talking about being healthier, they're talking about reducing risk of illnesses. So they're all talking about the same thing. It's just about sifting through and finding out where are all the similarities within all of these different books. Because when you can find the similarities and the common threads, you then start to find the information that stands the test of time. And then when you find that information, that's basically the guiding principles between all of the information, and there's your healthy information. There's your healthy eating information, and there's your healthy lifestyle information. So that's what those 2 workshops are all about. It's about finding out the common threads and summarizing the information so you can then look at any media, be it TV program, be it a newspaper article, be it a blog post, be it a scientific journal, be it a book like one of these, and you can find out where the consistent information is and what the healthy bit they're talking about. Because there will be some bits in here that will be relevant that isn't being talked about in here, but it's being able to make sense of all of that. And that's exactly what the 2 workshops are all about. So I don't want to spend a long time talking about what the common threads are, because what I do need to do is build some context around it, so or sort of build a bigger picture so I can fit those pieces of the puzzle in, if that makes sense. Because if you've ever done a picture, my grandparents used to do a lot of puzzles, and they would always build the outside, so they'd lay all the pieces out, they'd then find all the edges, they'd create the edges, so all the straight edges, they'd create those first, and then they'd start building the pieces of the puzzle. And that's what I'm trying to do with these 6 workshops. So the first one we've got to do is we've got to do the most important bit, which is behaviors, habits, and stress. That's the first thing that we've got to build. So that's the first 2 workshops. We've got to, well, first introduce what health is, then we've got to build behaviors, habits, and what stress is on top of that. So that's the first 4 things in the 2 first workshops. Then we move on to healthy eating and the diets, so we can then put those pieces of the puzzle in place. And then the final 2 is about movement, activity, and exercise, and how all that fits in. Because again, a lot of that you don't have to do a lot of exercise. A lot of people think when you see in the media, you've got to do HIIT training, you've got to do running, you've got to do cycling, you've got to go and join a group class or whatever. You don't need to do all that. If you don't want to do that, just to be healthy, you don't need to do that. That's what I describe. That's a fitness solution to a health problem. Whereas what we're talking about in those workshops is a health solution to a health problem. So it's a very different thing. Now, exercise has its place, but there are steps that you can put in before that. So that's what it's all about. That's what I'm trying to make sense of, because a lot of people, they are running around and looking around and they're all a bit confused and all the information is slightly contradictory. Yes, these books do a bit of contradiction, but what there is in here, there is a lot of consistency within all of these books as well. And that's what we're trying to find, is the consistent information between all of these different books that are apparently saying all different things, but getting the same result. And then what you'll be able to do off the back of that is, again, in there, we're looking at what can you do with all of this information as an individual, because that's another thing that these programs, books, and different bits of media don't do, is they don't find out about you. You don't find out about you. You're just told to go and do all this stuff, and then it doesn't work because they haven't brought the human element into it, which is you. So what we're trying to do is, within the 6, we try and find out more about you, or you try and find out more about you, so you can then make the best of all this information and make the best of putting it into place. And then obviously I'm there to help coach that, to help guide that along the way. It's not about me imposing my thoughts on top of you, where there may well be a little bit of that, because I've got to, in a sense, lead the 6 sessions. But a lot of it will you be picking and choosing the information that's being talked about. And also, if you read some of the testimonials on the page, there's one of them on there that says that most coaches and trainers out there try and give you a method. So they try and give you their way of doing it. Whereas what I'm trying to do is, these are all single methods about how to do it. What I'm trying to do is say, you've got all these methods out there, all these different tools out there, which one are you going to use and how are you going to use it? So it's a slightly different way of teaching. Yes, the process takes longer because you don't just read it, have the formula, and then go and do it. We've kind of got to build that for you and who you are, so you find your method and your way of doing it, so you can apply it to your lifestyle a lot easier. So it's a little bit more of a journey, if you will, that you're on, and that I'm there to help guide you through the challenges, the pitfalls, the successes, so on and so forth, and keep you on the straight and narrow, keep you on the wagon, so on and so forth. So where it is a 6-week program, I'm packing a lot in and trying to get it all in there. At the moment, I'm going through all of the learning outcomes, what I want you to achieve from it, the aims, the content, and I'm thinking this is a lot of information for 6 weeks, but we're going to get it in there. We're going to do everything we can to get it in there. You're going to have a great experience. There's going to be a lot of tasks in there, which is going to make the learning a little bit different, because again, I'm not just going to be stood at the front regurgitating the information a bit like I am now, which I can do if necessary, but it's all going to be task-based. You're going to be learning the information for yourselves. I've got some pretty innovative little tasks that you'll try and figure out, like, what are the common threads for all this? Can you tell the difference between the recipe in this book and this book? If you can, then it's telling you a very simple story that there isn't a lot of difference between the two. But we'll talk about that. That's, I think, session 4. So we'll talk about that there. But that's all I really want to say. Hopefully it's sparked a little bit of inspiration and provoked a little bit of thought. If you want to get involved in the workshop, just go to christopherhole.com/workshops. There's a little hyperlink on there. 6-week health coaching program. Just click on that. You'll go straight through to Eventbrite and you can book your ticket. Up until the 9th of March, there's a 20% discount. But any more details about the program, you can find out on there, the dates that it starts, all these different sessions that are on there, how long they are, what's involved, so on and so forth. Again, if you've got any information, just pop an email to me at admin@christopherhole.com and I can answer any questions that you may have. So enough of me talking and showing you these books and passing them across the screen. But yes, that's the type of thing or part of what we're going to be doing on there with regards to the information and what you're going to learn. So hopefully it's useful. You will learn something. You will gain information. You will build new habits, or at least you will have the tools to build new habits. And you will be able to eat healthier, move healthier, think healthier off the back of it. So that's all I really wanted to say. I will be putting up some more stuff about this when it comes to me with regards to the content that's in it. So hopefully that's been useful. Hopefully I've explained and it makes sense. So yeah, many thanks for watching. My name is Chris from christopherhole.com. If I don't see you at the programme, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye. Come on, YouTube. Finish.